Hello, my friends. I am Rachel Archelaus, founder of the Intuitive Art Academy, and I am a mess today. So I figured this was an excellent opportunity for me to share how I use intuitive art to help me when I'm like feeling big, feeling messy, feeling unsure, feeling excited about possibilities, but needing, craving focus and structure in order to feel like I have some idea of how to get to where I want to get to. Now, a little backstory on me. I live very intuitively, very free-flowing, but I also really enjoy action and movement and structure and like systems. So I'm pretty balanced, which is why at the moment when I'm feeling like I don't know how to proceed, I've lost a little bit of track of what is exciting me the most in this moment. I've been more specific about my dreams lately. I even this was my first attempt to fix where I am right now. I decided I'm gonna write down everything I would want to be able to do in a month. And I also have my quarterly goals here, but because I like to do a lot of things. I'm a writer, an artist. I make videos. I'm a business owner. I want to eventually have my own production company where I make like projects for film and TV and web and a high vibe publishing company, which I already have, but is kind of on pause right now. And so I have these big things that I want. I don't exactly know how to get them, which again, I'm pretty okay with usually. Because I like doing so many things, there are so many things I want to be able to do every day. And at the moment, it feels a little overwhelming. So I'm in this headspace of it. I'm excited. I'm so clear. I'm excited. I feel like I've recently reclaimed a bunch of parts of me that I kind of put on hold for a while. I feel very integrated. I feel more myself than I've felt in a long time. It's kind of like I've reached a viewpoint on my hike. I didn't know I was missing something, but man, it feels really good to see everything so clearly, right? I was enjoying the hike in the tree dome, but now I'm seeing a lot more. So that's where I'm at. Let me know if you can relate to that. And I described it earlier as like, it's kind of like an identity crisis. It's kind of like, how do I proceed as this more integrated version of myself? I don't know. I don't know right now. And I will be honest, I had a live stream with Carrie today, and afterward we did talk about it a little bit. So I do feel a lot better than I did this morning, but I still want to do some intuitive art. And I think the question I'm going to ask is, what does my optimal day look like? Or what does my optimal week look like? Because that's really where I'm wondering about right now. Like, that's what I want to know, because I have a lot of ease in my day. I have free time. I have full days off, and I work very free flowing with breaks, and like, I'm okay with that. I mean, I get a lot done, but because I have so many things I want to do, I want to be able to be okay doing more. And I feel like I can handle it. And I've been resisting this for a long time, resisting adding more into my day. But I feel like I really want more. So I'm kind of like, I might be ready to stop struggling with myself. And I just learned about this whole Enneagram thing for myself. And turns out I'm a 5. Now, of course, no one's ever anything specifically, like perfectly. But one of the things that is interesting about the 5 is they are all about guarding their time, their emotional space. They always need an exit plan. They always need to feel like they have their little protective bubble around them, and that is totally me. So even though I love doing new things and I'm spontaneous, and that's not a 5, that idea of like making sure that everything is set up to my specifications and I'm the one in control of everything is very true. So that's where I'm at. And I guess now, because the sun is out, I will do my drawing. So like I said, and I have my Intuitive Art drawing pad here. Shout out to me for creating it. What is special about it, you ask? Well, it has a place for your color sheet in the front, and I've just been doing this for so long I don't need to write mine down. It has our instructions, our free class, but it also has a place for your question and the date, which is why I made this. I made this for me because I have dozens of drawing pads from, you know, decades of doing this where I don't know what I was drawing about. I don't know when I was drawing about it. So I can't go back and make any sense of it. I don't know the context. Like, I know what the drawing says. My colors haven't really changed that much, but I don't know why I was asking it. So yeah, this fixes that for me, having the space to write down my question. It's great. So I'm already, look at me. I'm all over the place. This is not typical of me. Prismacolor New Pastel, drawing pad, pen, iced tea, flowers, and all of these projects that I have written on my to-do list. My bullet journal and a video that I'm making for that. Me trying to cram everything into a calendar to see that if it even fits. Everything I want to accomplish in a week, a month, a day. This is a book that I've written and have just finished pairing illustrations with that I haven't updated the file for. What is this? This is a video idea about investing. My other book that I've written that I am currently illustrating. It goes on and on. So now you can see why I need some help. And this is super teeny. She is an amazing pint-sized cat with no teeth. But we love her. She's great. And that's a video about hiking a slot canyon, which is also very interesting to me. All right, back to the drawing. So we're going to do the drawing like this so you can see it happening. I do draw with my eyes closed. Unless I'm doing something artistic, like illustrating a book or just making an art piece. I'll still decode it if I do that, but I find this just gives me a very clean answer where I definitely am not judging the colors because I can't see them. I'm going to ask, what does an optimal day look like for me? And then maybe we'll go to week. Okay, so here I am closing my eyes. Just taking a moment to center, just feel myself, and then I will let my hand do the rest. Okay, see, this is so funny. And we're back. Okay. What does an optimal day look like for me? This is something that I would have guessed, which is very fitting for intuitive art since we're asking ourselves, and I do this a lot. So on the outside, which is the last thing that I had, this is intuition, spirit, like, you know, our inner voice, and it's obviously like a focal point. It's the container. Which makes sense. This isn't saying like totally replace what you have now and do something else. This is like, no, maybe we're just going to refine your current method of living completely intuitively. Because at the beginning here, I know that this was the first color that I chose because I remember it skipping. So you can see like the little skips there. Let's see. It's an olive green color. But it seems to have a little more yellow in it than just my straight up muddy color. Which is interesting because green for me is creativity. Yellow is joy. Usually my yellow green, like my bright lime green, is joyful expression. Like so, that's my joyful expression color there. And then it's a little bit deeper. It's not as gray toned as my muddy color. Yeah, so they're different. So this color is different from this color. Which is good because it means I'm not just making up this big story that I don't have my muddy color as my first one. So I think this is saying something like, it's okay to be all over the place, basically. It's okay that, you are being called in many different directions because it's all from the same place. It's all because you are excited about your creativity. You're excited about each project. And even the fact that there are skips in it means like maybe I'm not finding the smoothest time on each project. Like I showed you, I'm in the middle of several books, several screenplays, several oracle decks. Like I have a lot happening, and sometimes I get hard on myself because I'm usually the kind of person that does a million things at once and then they all pop at the same time. But in this case, it's like everything can't pop at the same time because there are literally 4 things I'm working on in each category. So maybe that worried me before, and this is saying, it's okay, don't worry about it. Everything in its own time. Everything is creative excitement, and that's where you are meant to be, for lack of a better word. That's where I want to be, ultimately. But this is really the key, and this is what I knew. This is what I told Carrie this morning. She's like, so what do you do from here? I need to, it would benefit me to double down on my focus, double down on worthiness, double down on meditation. And it's like how right now I can run for a couple miles, right? Comfortably. Well, if I wanted to run a marathon, I would need to focus on enhancing that and growing that capacity. Right now, I'm kind of at my capacity of how can I do it? And so if I want to do more, I need to focus into that. Realize that I don't need to do anymore. That what I am doing is because I want to do more. It's intuitively guided for me to do more. I'm capable of doing more, but I need to catch up with the fact that I can, and it's an enhancement of my life. It's not because my worthiness depends on it or anything like that. Which I didn't think I felt, but I think this resistance, this hesitation is like, why am I doing more? Why am I going to give up my time and my ease, right? Which is the unhelpful thought, because ultimately I want to increase my flow, increase my creative expression. I want to increase, not give up anything. And this is helping me to see that. Like you're enhancing, you're increasing your creative expression, and you are doing so intuitively. You are being guided here. This is not a negative reaction to something. This is not a workaholism. This is not an overcompensating. Like this is really where you want to be. And this focusing, so this is my like purplish brown color, which is a combination of my spirituality and my grounding. And this is saying like, this is the star of the show. This is the center of the wheel, right? Like this is the support. This is the structure that I'm looking for. It is what makes me feel connected and grounded. And that is my movement, my exercise, my meditation, my appreciation, my nature days. So I could probably put one of those terms next to each one of those spokes. It's funny, I didn't even see it as a wheel with spokes at first, but then talking about that color brought that to mind because this color represents that structure that I'm looking for. So this is really helpful. Even though I looked at it and I was like, yeah, old news. It is very helpful. I might just now write down what each of these could represent, just so that I have that in writing for my brain. Because when I'm teaching people how to do this, I do instruct them to write their color meaning right next to the colors that come up for them. But right now I'm just gonna write down those inspired ideas I had around what that purple brown could be for me, as in like actions every day. So that's what I'm gonna do now. This is how I use intuitive art to help me through these times, in addition to talking to people. This morning I was thinking like, it might be nice for me to have a coach right now because there are some very big specific things that I want help with. And so then I ended up talking to Carrie, who is a coach, and it was very helpful. And that's why people come to see me, because I can reflect back to them the things they're not seeing about themselves, the progress they've made that they're not acknowledging. That's exactly what Carrie did for me. And we do offer coaching together, which is like super, super fun. So yeah, if you're looking for a coach, if you want a coach, I'll leave a link below. You can check it out. We also have a coaching group, which is very nice. So anyway, I'm gonna do my week drawing, and we'll see if anything interesting or new comes up with that, because I have played around with like batching, having a certain theme for each day, like an intuitive art day, a writing day, etc. So let's see if there's anything that's revealed in this. What does my optimal week look like? Okay, very, very different outcome here. Very different outcome. We still have some green heavy stuff, which is great. So yeah, I don't even know where to begin here. All right, how many lines are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. Interesting. I mean, this is kind of another line that doesn't overlap, so maybe we have 7. Don't know if that needs to mean anything. Creativity are the bookmarks here, which is awesome. This is my creative focus color. This is my like creative intuition, my like creative channeling color. It's very close to my wealth and ease color, which is more mint. This is more like a true gray green. And this is my like mental strategy color, but it's also a little grayish. And so it would be like receiving that mental strategy, receiving the thoughts. And it's a spiral. And to me, spirals move you in different directions. They elevate you. There's a lot to uncover. At first glance, this is saying to me, like, be loose, be loose about it, let things flow. But it is also a very structured drawing in that it has bookends which start and end with creativity, and then creative focus is the main thing, which absolutely is what I'm looking for. It is absolutely what I'm looking for. It also really reminds me of a staff, like a music staff, where you'd put the notes in it and fill it out. Also kind of looks like a chariot, like, where you'd stand and it's going forward. What this is saying to me, and it's good to see, like sometimes I don't get it right away. I think this is saying that my priority is creativity, creative focus, creative ease, and I can check in when I want to, when I feel like it, to kind of get the next step. To me, this is like, it's a fluid shape, it's a spiral, and it's like, when I feel like I've made it to the end, check in, and then like download the next one, like see where I want to go next. Where's my energy taking me next? Instead of a more linear planning of everything, which really works for me much, much better. I put stuff on my calendar for me all the time that I just ignore. And so this makes a lot more sense and fits with my personality better. So it's like, maybe I'll go a day and I'll want to re-engage. Like, where do I want to go next? Maybe I'll go an hour. Maybe I'll go a week. And it's good to know that I'm surrounded by all good things. There's no should here. There's no have to. There's nothing uncomfortable here, which is great. But there is a lot of focus, which is what I want. So that feels really good. And And I'm satisfied. Like, I really do feel a lot better. I feel so much more capable of having those dreams come true, of allowing the splendor of the universe to reveal itself to me, and like see this remarkable how path unfold, because I know it's there, and I know I don't need to know every step that's to come. So all I need to do is focus, align, stay in the right vibration, do the work that is calling to me, that I'm deeply craving, and everything is going to turn out in the way that I want it to, which is really cool to know. I really do know that. So, hope this was interesting to you. Let me know below, how do you use intuitive art? When does it seem most helpful to you? And if you want to know anything about the resources I mentioned, I'll leave all of that below. Okay? Lots and lots of love. Bye.